Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or much depending on your location. Please join in the struggle to liberate our people from the contraption. Like and share videos. Today is Monday. After market, I bring a news update. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before 11th November. Church leaders to TINUBU. Now, church leaders in Imo State, operating under the aegis of concerned church leaders, they have called for the immediate and unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the IPOB. Now, the church leaders described the demand for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as a means, very necessary one indeed, to restore stability, revive the economy of the Southeast, and ensure adequate security in the region. Yes, speaking on behalf of the concerned church leaders in Imo State, Pastor Cosmos Ilechukwu, he is the General Overseer of Charismatic Renewal Movement, said the federal government, led by Bola Tinubu, should hearken to the call of the people in the overall interest of the citizens, especially the people of the southerners, not just the southeasterners, but southern Nigeria. He said, let me quote part of that statement, quote, as part of the strategic measures to ensure adequate security in the southeast, the federal government is advised to see the need to immediately release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before the November 11th electoral date, in line with the earlier order by the Court of Appeal. Our reason for making this clearing call is simply based on the rule of law. With the ruling of the Court of Appeal ordering his release, Nnamdi Kanu's further detention will be seen by his supporters as punitive. Accordingly, his release will certainly douse tension. Concerning the governorship election in the state on the 11th of November 2023, Imo people are expected to go to the polls to elect a governor. The feelers we are getting from our monitoring teams is that voter apathy is likely to mark the exercise. The reason for the apathy is not far-fetched. First, due to grave insecurity in the state and persistent bloodletting, voters will withdraw into their shares to save their lives. Secondly, the thorough and manifold electoral offenses that were glorified in sundry manners in the earlier elections this year are compelling the populace to believe that their votes will not count. We are worried about these very unfortunate and retrogressive narratives and are determined to work with all stakeholders to change the narrative. End of quote. Now, this is the part of the statement they released, talking about the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, they said they are calling for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu based on the rule of law. Based on the rule of law, yes. These people, they are on track because we have said it. If you want to campaign for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release, or you want to agitate, or you want to call for his release, it must be under this rule or based on this rule of law. Yes, of a thing that leader of the IPOB has been released, has been discharged and acquitted by a court of competent jurisdiction. Yes, you don't go and say, oh, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because you are begging, or you are pleading for leniency, or you are asking for a political solution. Some people will say, oh, they are asking for the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to release based on pardon. Pardon is meant for a convicted person. Alright, so by this time around, people who are calling for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release are getting it right. The call is for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu based on court judgment, appeal court judgment. It has been stated, obviously. And so, about the elections, he said, look, that voter apathy is there. Of course, the Biafrans have begun to realize that they have no stake in Nigeria. So the election will be boycotted by people of the state. In Imo, yes, there will be voter apathy. This kind of apathy, will be the kind of, it will be a situation that in the whole of Nigeria, no state has ever witnessed. The level of apathy that will be seen in Imo State in these forthcoming elections, yes, it's never seen before. Yes, it will be the apathy that people will say, wow, you see, so nobody will come out to vote. Nobody is interested to vote any longer. Yes, many factors are responsible for that. The Biafrans have realized that, look, they have only one country. that is Biafra. They have no stake in Nigeria. Yes. So the Ozodin Mas and his regime, they know that people will not come out to vote for them. They want people to come and give them legitimacy. They will not do that. He has been occupying that position based on illegality. Supreme Court, illegality. They put him there. So he wants to gain the legitimacy of the people by this election. At least let it be that this second term, he will have legitimacy. But people will say no. No time for that. They have gone beyond that level. They have seen it all. Those, who felt that, they still have some, in Nigeria, there's still remedy. In 2023 election, general election, they saw it. Everything happened before their eyes. They saw that, look, Nigeria has no more quotarism. Yes, and they have no place there. So it's obvious now. So the young ones in particular, they will not come out to do any voting. Yes, everyone is championing for the cause of liberation, freedom for the Biafrans, and that's all. So anybody who is campaigning for election in Imo State, that person is doing that at his own peril. Yes, nobody will listen to you. Simple, because they know that their vote will not count. People who have mastered the art of rigging will always, do their thing and muscle their way into the office. But referendum, freedom for the Biafrans, is the watchword. Simple. People are waiting for it and working for it. The young people. So the issue of election in Imo State is nothing. Nobody's interested into it. As simple as that. So anybody who is campaigning for the youth to come out to do election, that person is wasting his own precious time. Simple. Nobody's interested. The youths are ever willing and ready to defend their fatherland. By doing what? By talking about referendum, seeking for freedom, because they know that they have been enslaved. They have been using these governors, particularly the IMO governor, has been used as a stooge to enslave the people of the IMO. So they are aware. So they will not go and give him their mandate or legitimize his illegitimate government. Nobody will do that. So they're interested in freeing their own people through referendum to give them freedom. That's all. So forget election. We're talking about referendum. That's what the youth are saying this time around. So we applaud the pastors for coming out to make this demand and making demand right, like I've said before, based on court judgment. Yes, that is it.